Alright, so I'm going to try and get a head start on the basil here, since so far I've only got these two. I think these two are from seed. This is the only one that's really survived the slugs. And this one's coming okay, that was from a little cutting. And all the other ones have not made it. So I'm going to start out by clearing some of the lower leaves off the tomatoes, because they don't get much sun anyway. They're not doing a whole lot. Make a little room, and then as I get taller, I'll take some of these out as well. Probably take that off. Yeah, now plant it all along here. And what I've done, I just bought 2 of these plants from a local supermarket, nice and cheap. I'm going to turn 2 plants into a whole ton of basil. So here they are. It smells absolutely amazing in here. And as you can see, it's a large number of plants in one pot. So spread them out, and then we'll try and make even more. Okay, so I've torn it apart. I've made one into 8 clumps here. So 8 separate plants, I guess. And not all look like this is 2, but that one's tiny anyway. Some of them are a few more. 2, 3, maybe 4. If you look, balance the phone. That's how sort of root bound the whole thing is, so you really have to tear them apart, but it should be fine. Leave that one for now. I'll plant these ones in here. So I actually probably only needed 1. But that's fine. So that's just one of the plants. Obviously these 2 are already here. Stuck one in there, and then all the way along here. And I'll separate this one out, maybe plant it in there. Could probably get a couple more in here. But then you don't just stop there. Then what we're going to do is, where all these are quite leggy, I'm going to take them, snip, 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 snip. So you can see, obviously they'll grow from here, growing out into 2 instead of just 1. Same here, so I'll do that with all of them. And then we're going to take these. And as much as I'd love to make some pesto, we're going to turn these into more plants. So we'll have even more, and we can make tons of pesto later on. And what we're going to do is take each of these cuttings, just put them in the water like that, and I bet every single one of them roots. They take very, very easily from cuttings just in water. So here we are now a couple of weeks later. As you can see, there has been some slug damage, but we're growing pretty well. The tomatoes have grown all over it, sort of been neglecting it. This one from seed's grown much better, so that's something to think about. Got a new plant to supplement. Gonna fill this bed with basil, and here's our cuttings, and as you can see, you got absolutely no problem rooting straight in the water. Whereas I've left these ones too long, but hopefully they'll still be okay. Kind of forgot about them. But yeah, they look healthy enough, so let's get them in the ground. So look at that, plenty of roots. Not sure exactly how long it took, but I'd say after about a week and a half, they started to put out the roots. Not sure how long it's even been since I filmed the last part of the video, but a couple of weeks definitely. So now we got plenty of basil planted. The 4 at the front were the cuttings from when I planted these guys, and then all of those, and all of these are from that one pot. So even if we have a little bit of slug damage, I should have plenty. And then, of course, what you could do is pinch off the tops of these taller ones, stick them in some water, maybe our next round of cuttings, and then you just continuous basil. I just planted my aubergines as well. Looking good. Look at this. I just got to sort out all this mess. We got blueberries. Turning blue. Got to come out here and harvest those. We got peppers coming. Corn. Big tomatoes. I didn't notice this massive piece of oregano. Just put these watermelons in. All the basil. Check this out. How about that, huh? July 6th. A lot of things are looking great. Like this lavender, for example. Let's see here. See red Windsor apples coming along. Not bad, it's only the second year that tree's been in there. So 3 apples in the second year, not bad. I'm attempting air layering, so cut off a ring of bark around the branch, wrap it tightly with soil. Hopefully that's not too dry. Might try and squeeze some water in there. And then yeah, the idea is that it roots inside here, and then you can cut off the tree, and you got another tree. But we'll see if it works. The first time I tried it. Avocado tree. This one lemon with lots of small lemons on it. Coming along. This will be next year's lemons. Hopefully it can keep some over winter this time. It didn't last year, but the Myers lemon, absolutely full of lemons. Like creep around here. We got tons of lemons here. This one had something took a little bite out of that one. I might take that off. But look, this is probably the best one. Yeah, lots of lemons, and then we got little ones coming. Just a few. Another one. And then I'm sure we'll get some more flowers at the end of the year, especially after I've taken most of these off. Oops. And then the Eureka lemon in a new pot. So considerably bigger than the one it came in. This peach tree growing tremendously. Oregano flowering. I trimmed the top of the plum. Raspberries coming along. The buddleia taking over. These alliums just starting to turn pink. Tons of potatoes, already harvested some. Giant hollyhock. My corn, miles ahead of all the farmers around here. Oops, into the greenhouse. Basil coming along. Look at the size of this tomato. Look at this. Enormous. And then behind me, the San Mozanos. We got some big ones coming in there. Basil's doing pretty well. Smells amazing. More aubergines coming along. The two watermelon plants are growing a little bit, but I'm not super hopeful for watermelons, but you never know. And then in here, it's a little toad hole. Still got, I think there's 2 toads in here. They've made holes all over the place. But yeah, they'll be in one of those holes. Oleander. So I bought an oleander plant, and it had 2 plants. It was like you could see the 2 plugs in the one pot like this, maybe even a little bit smaller. So I divided those, so now I got 2. And here is my little tiny lemon tree, which is not doing so well. So it's in here to nicely dry out. I might even repot it and I'll start feeding it heavily and hopefully it'll come back. Probably do that soon, it feels pretty dry. That's about it in the greenhouse. Here, I'm very excited. Ravioli. They're coming along. Should be flowers soon. Yeah, corn. Grape. Really need to find somewhere to actually properly put that. Blueberries. Got some more. Need to be harvested. There's a lot actually. Definitely not a thick one now. Very nice. I've got to sort this bed out. Get a new crop going. We got peppers, look at the size of these. Sweet Italian something, I think those ones are. They're all sweet peppers. Some doing better than others. Look at this one. I think that's like a Hungarian yellow. Oh, there's one called banana as well. Yeah. And then here, not so good. The garlic with some serious rust. But I'm leaving them in there. Especially these ones, I figure they're still quite green. They'll still be getting some goodness. But yeah, probably harvest all of that soon. Hopefully get some big bulbs. I guess we can pull one up now. There's one that's looking really bad but has a thick stem. Let's try this one. Let's see, not quite what we're looking for just yet, but that's actually still not too bad. Try that out. We'll have a good couple of pieces of garlic anyway, and I'm probably not going to replant any of this because I guess that will just spread the rust. Already had some potatoes out there, they were really good. A few more to harvest here. This hollyhock is really cool. Let's just look at this. There's one plant. Look at the size of that thing. Insane. Rosemary's doing well. Wild strawberries. It's got a little bit of a slug slime on it, so I'll probably give that one a miss. This corn not doing quite as well, but it's okay. Probably hasn't had much water, it's been super dry here. Oh, and then these. I've been eating these, the wild raspberries. Which, I mean, I guess, since I deliberately put the plant here, they're not so wild anymore. But they are delicious. Tomato bed. It's actually doing really well. It's all my home compost, and you can see some seeds are starting to germinate. Don't know what that is, but yeah, it's good. It's done really well. Got lots of tomatoes all over. That's good. And these are just where I pinched out the side shoots from the San Mazzanos in the greenhouse, and then they've stuck them in the thing, and they've rooted, and now they're coming along and they're producing their own tomatoes. So that was a worthwhile experiment, I think. We'll see how big they get. The plum tree has done a lot of growing. No fruit this year. That's okay. Take a year off to grow. I'm sure we'll get tons next year, because it really has, it's put on a lot of growth. You can see all those upwards vertical shoots. It's just that one's done the same. Obviously those ones are the ones that were here, and this one we planted. Tree at the back, I think there are some plums on there, but I think even those trees have taken a little bit of a year off. So we'll see if we get any plums. Yeah, the rhubarb gone crazy. At the back there. All the gladioli looking good. You can see a few flowers coming. Not quite as far along as the ones in the pots. Oh, of course. Yeah, my one citrus in the ground. It's doing very well. This is all new growth. All this greenness. Yeah, it's actually looking really healthy. The rose seems to be focusing all its energy on the new part down here. Getting a lot of flowers. And up here there's not much growth at the moment, but I'm sure once that's all done flowering, the whole thing might spring back into life. This is new, I guess. I sorted out the pond. Built this little bed here, stuck this fuchsia in it. It's looking good. And yeah, fig. That's growing a lot. It's looking good. Well, that's my favourite fuchsia. It's all in flower. I need to actually really take some cuttings from this. Try and grow a few more. Do that in a second. I got deadhead that. Yeah. Yeah, these walnut trees growing like crazy. And here, the Asian pears coming along. And I got to sort this bit out as well. Yeah, that's it really. Quick update. Everything's looking good. We had to do a lot of weeding, but yeah, seems to be somewhat on top of things. One thing I completely forgot to show is my lily bed here. Look at these. Vibrant orange colour, it's amazing. That's what these are going to be too. Hopefully I have a few more of those next year, since I think they divide up and you have 3 or 4 bulbs from one. We'll see at the end of the season. I think this was the same one, or maybe this was a different one. We'll have to see. But yeah, really cool.